If you're looking for crochet pieces to add to your dorm or for university and college, keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Today's video is going to be all about university and dorm room crochet ideas. Last week I did a back to school crochet ideas video, so if you guys want even more ideas, then you can go watch that one after this. But this one is going to be specific to if you're living in a dorm this year, or you have your own apartment, or you are going to be going to class and you want to bring some crochet with you. So that is what today is going to be all about. I have a Pinterest board, which I'll be linking in the description, and all the pins that I talk about will be linked on that board. And if I talk about any tutorials or patterns that I have in the video, I will also link those in the description. But let's just get right into it. There are 35 ideas on here and I don't have any categories, so we're just going to be going with the very first one. So let's get right into it. All right, so our very first idea is going to be this tulip stitch pencil case / makeup bag. I actually made one of these for myself when I was starting university, and it was super great to have. This stitch is also super fun to do, but you can obviously do whatever kind of stitch you want, and I thought this one would be great as either a pencil case to bring with you to class or also a makeup bag. And I did kind of talk about stuff like this in the other video, but I wanted to mention it here too because I thought it was just such a good idea. All right, the next idea is going to be this little crochet hook holder that you can put on your desk. I figured if you're watching this video, you're probably a crocheter and you might be bringing some crochet materials with you. And sometimes it is very hard to figure out how to get all of your crochet materials to fit inside of a small dorm. I learned that personally, but I thought this was a great way to organize them. And if you don't want to use this for hooks, you can also use it for pencils or makeup brushes or anything. And I think it's so cute. Next up, we have this flower garland that goes around a mirror. I think this is so cute, and I personally made a bunch of garlands while I lived at my apartment, and I did like seasonal ones. So I had a spring one that was like flowers, kind of like this one, and then I also had a bow one, which I actually have a tutorial for and I will be mentioning later on in the video. But I thought this one was so cute for a little mirror, and it just adds a little cute touch to your room. Okay, next up we have this little organizer. I have a lot of these little organizer things on here because I really think they're perfect for a dorm to get things up off the floor, even up off like your desk and onto the walls. I really liked to like kind of maximize my wall space when I was living in a dorm and at my apartment because they can be kind of small rooms. So I like this one. And the person who made this one has like claw clips and some like lip products I think in there. But you could put anything in there that you wanted, and you can also add as many pockets as you wanted, and I think it's just a really cute idea. And I think it also just looks really good, so I think that is a great idea as well. And then I also decided to include this idea in case you want some decor to brighten up your new space. So I have this flower bouquet. I actually crocheted this flower bouquet for myself when I was living in my apartment, and I really love how unique and personalized you can make flower bouquets. I did have like an inspo image I found on Pinterest for this flower bouquet, but then I kind of just like tweaked it and made flowers that I think would look good together and that I really liked, and then I made a bouquet out of it. So I love this idea, and also orange is my favorite color, but you can do whatever colors you want for your flower bouquet. Or if you know somebody who's moving into a dorm, you could also make them a flower bouquet for a little gift. Next up, I had a few plushies on here in case you guys like to make plushies or amigurumi. So first up, we have these jelly cats. I thought crocheting a jelly cat might be so cute for moving into a dorm or an apartment because I know a lot of people like to buy jelly cats that are in that kind of age range. I know that my school sells jelly cats, so it's only like a big thing. But I thought making like a jelly cat inspired crochet piece would be really cute for yourself. And you can make any one that you want. I just had like this picture of a whole bunch on here and I absolutely love that idea. And then I also have these fluffy cows. These are ones that me and Fiona made together. They turned out so cute, and you use that faux fur yarn for these. We decided to put these on our couch and they were so cute on there. So I highly recommend trying that out as well if you want like a little plushie to put on like a shelf or on your bed. Next up, I found this cute wall hanging thing that you can put like photos on. I thought this was so cute because I know a lot of people like to kind of display like photos and memories from the school year or even from home, and I love that it's like a little crochet piece you can put those on. I really always wanted to make something like this, but I never got around to it. So if you guys are going into like university, I highly recommend doing that if you want to have photos up in your room, because I think it looks so cute. Also, this would be very quick to make because it's like that mesh kind of stitch. And then next up we have a pillow. I actually crocheted a pillow for myself in my first year. I think I ended up putting it on the couch, but it was like a sun, moon, and star granny square pillow. And this one is also really cute. I just put it as the idea, but you can make any pillow that you really like. And if you have a couch, you could put it on there. And then if you have just a bed or something, you could also put it on there. And I think it would be such a cute little handmade touch to your room. And then another one that I personally made for myself in my first year was a hammock. So it's kind of like a yarn hammock, but I personally put all my stuffed animals in it. It's actually still hanging up in my room here at home now, but I did have it in my dorm room, and I obviously loved making this. It was so fun, and it works out pretty quickly because it's like a mesh stitch. And this one's really cute with the tassels, but you can just do whatever you want for yours. And I actually made mine quite big, so it holds a lot of stuff, and it's really nice to have that if you don't want to put like all of your stuffed animals on your bed, or if you need a solution to where to put all your yarn in your dorm room, because that can be very hard to figure out. Actually, I think in my dorm I did use it for yarn, but I can't remember. If you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to see more ideas videos like this one. I have so many ideas videos here on the channel, and I also do vlogs, tutorials, everything like that. And one way you guys can also support small creators is by hyping the video. So you go down to the 3 dots and then you click hype, and you can do it 3 times in a week. And that's a really good way to help out creators that you think might be underrated, because it helps YouTube to feature their content. So if you guys are interested in doing that, I would really appreciate it, and I hope you guys are really enjoying this video. Okay, next up we have this claw clip organizer. So I really like this one because it would be super quick, and I literally never knew where to put my claw clips every single year of university, so I think this would have been perfect for me. It also looks so cute, so I love it, and it would be very fast to make as well, so I highly recommend doing that if you're someone who likes wearing claw clips. Next up, this little organizer for anything that you want to keep beside your bed. I love this idea because I never knew where to put my phone, like in my dorm room or anything. I think this is a great idea to just have stuff like right there at your bed, especially if you have like a loft bed or like you raise your bed up. This would be a great idea for that. And you could kind of decide what you wanted to put in it and then make the different pockets to be exactly those sizes. I think this is such a creative idea, and I definitely would have done this if I had seen it when I was in first year. Next up, I just have this little garland kind of thing, and I love that it's like granny squares, but they're triangles. I think they're so cute. I love the pastel colors. I feel like I would have made something like this for my TV stand at my apartment, and this would be like an easy little piece you could make and just base it off of like the color scheme you're going for. I think that would turn out so cute. Up next, we have this little like desk mat, or like, I don't really know what to call this. It's so cute. You could put it on your nightstand or your desk or anywhere, and then you just kind of put all your stuff on top of it. I think it adds such a cute touch, and you could do this again in like your color scheme. And this one's like checkerboard, but you could do any style you wanted for this. I personally had a whole bunch of these in my dorm and in my apartment, and still here in my house, because my great grandma used to make these with like a lace kind of yarn and like with filet crochet, so they were so cute, and I had them all over my house. And then next up, this is something I did talk about in the back to school video from last week, but I wanted to include it here again because I thought it was so perfect and very beginner friendly. It's this like kind of 3-pocket hanging for the wall, and it has the sun, moon, and star design. It reminds me of my pillow I made because those are the same granny squares I used for mine. But I love that this is, again, beginner friendly, because you kind of would just make a long rectangle and then you do the 3 granny squares and sew it up. And then you can put anything like school supplies or makeup or anything that you need in your dorm up on the wall. And then I never noticed this, but I also see that they have like a bigger granny square pocket beside it, so you could also do that if you were interested. All right, next up we have this garland. I just realized I kind of put a lot of garlands, but I like this one that it's right up over the bed. I think that's so cute, and this one's kind of similar to the flower garland that I made for my TV stand. I think it's perfect for like a floral pink girly kind of dorm, and I probably would have made one of these if I had seen this in my first year as well. speaking of garlands, next we have a couple of my patterns. So the first one is going to be my bow garland. Me and Fiona made this bow garland for our Valentine's Day display at our apartment, and it turned out so cute. I do have a free video tutorial here on the channel for this if you're interested in making one. But yeah, I especially love making this for Valentine's Day, but you can make it for any time if you like bows, and I thought it was just a perfect one to include on this list. Next up, I have my velvet scrunchie pattern. I do think I talked about this one in my last video, but I wanted to mention it in case you want to do like a little accessory for yourself going back to school. And these work up really fast and they are so cute, so I highly recommend trying these out if you never have. I do have a free updated tutorial here on the channel for these, but then I also have a written pattern on Etsy. And then another accessory you guys can make is my lip gloss holder keychain. This is also a free tutorial here on YouTube and a written pattern available on Etsy. And I have a whole bunch of keychain patterns, so if you want keychain inspo or free video tutorials or patterns, I have those there for you, but I wanted to include this one on this list specifically because it's super functional but also so cute. Like, I thought you could put this on your backpack and just a cute little accessory for back to school. And then my last one of my patterns is going to be my boho circle wall hanging. So this is a written pattern available on Etsy. I don't currently have a video tutorial out for it, but maybe I will someday. But you can get the pattern on Etsy, and it just has 3 circles on it, and then there's some beads. I think this is so cute. I put this up in my apartment along with a whole bunch of other wall decor I had crocheted, and you can do any colors that you want for this. I think they are super easy to make, but it adds the cutest handmade touch, so highly recommend trying it out if you haven't already. And then I saved another garland on here, but this one is more like vines, and I definitely had vines in all of my rooms that I had in university, so mine were like purchased, but I would prefer to crochet them. I just didn't really think of that. So these ones like drape down around the bed. I think it looks so cute, and I would definitely do this if I had a dorm now. Another idea for you guys is tapestries. So I do have other tapestries on here, but this one is specifically making your school's like logo, I guess, as a tapestry. I do not know what this school is or if it's even a school that I found this pin for, but you could just make a grid for your schools or search up your specific school as a tapestry grid, and I think that would be such a cute thing if you were living in a dorm and you wanted some like school spirit in your dorm. And then I have this little lavender kind of thing on here, and these are like floating bookshelves, which I think is such a good idea. But for the crochet aspect, it is the like little lavenders draping down from the shelf. I think this adds the cutest handmade touch, and I personally do that on all of the shelves, so I think that is a great idea as well. And then some more organization stuff for you guys. First, I have this granny square kind of organizer. I think this is maybe like a bathroom organizer for like toiletries and stuff. And I can't believe I never made one of these for myself, but I really like the idea. And then I also have this sunglasses holder. This is another thing, kind of like the claw clips, that I never know where to put. Like, currently I keep my sunglasses in my backpack because I have no idea where to put them. So I should definitely make one of these for myself. But this would be so easy because it's literally just like a little strip of crochet, and then you can hang all of your sunglasses off of it. Next up, I have this little display. It's kind of similar to the other one that I showed you, but it doesn't have any pockets. It's just a little like rows that you can attach claw clips to, or sunglasses, or anything that can kind of go around that loop. And I thought this one was really cute as well, so I wanted to include it. And then I also have this toilet paper holder. I thought this was a great idea because sometimes you don't know where to put that either, and this is just such a cute way to do it, I think. So I wanted to include that one as well for dorms if you have your own bathroom. And then next up, I have some more tapestry info on here. So the middle one with the cat on it, actually Fiona made when we were living in our dorms, so that reminded me of that. But you can make like a whole wall of tapestries. I personally did add one tapestry to my wall hanging display I made in my apartment, so it was really fun. And I also recently made a 6 the musical tapestry in a recent vlog, and I have it displayed in my room right beside me. So I love making tapestries, and I'm also doing a massive Marauder's Map tapestry blanket right now, so it's very fun. If you've never done tapestry, I highly recommend. Next up, I have another desk mat. This one's like for a desk specifically though, because it's super big. I did mention this one in the last video because I thought it was a great idea to use up a whole bunch of yarn if you have a lot of one color, or if you want something to make your desk look cuter, because sometimes those desks that they give you in your dorm can be kind of like sad looking. So I love this idea to kind of make it look much cuter. And then we have another thing I mentioned in the last video, which was a mushroom jewelry holder. I absolutely love this style, so I had to include this again. But I love that it's both cute and functional, practical, because it can hold all your jewelry. There's rings on the bottom, and then you can do earrings on the top. I really want to make one of these. I've wanted to do one for a very long time, so maybe this year I'll get around to it, but I thought it was a great idea to include for you guys as well. And then we have a few more things. So first one is going to be this book holder for the wall. I do think I mentioned this one in the last video as well, but I had to include it in here because I think it's perfect for university and dorms because it gets your books out of your backpack, on the floor. And I always really wanted to make one of these when I was living in my dorm in my apartment, but I never got around to it, so I kind of regret doing that, and I highly recommend making one of these if you are going to be living in a dorm. And then next up we have this keyboard pad for like your hand to rest on, and then there's also like one that goes around your wrist. I thought that was such a cute idea as well. So you could kind of make whatever one you wanted, or you could do both for both of your hands, but I really love this idea, and I probably would have made these if I had seen it sooner in my university career. And then next up I have a little trinket tray, or like a little container type thing. I made one of these for myself when I was living in my apartment, and it comes in handy for any little thing you don't really know where to put. So I have this tulip stitch one saved that's in a heart shape. So cute, but there are so many ideas like this out there, so I'm sure you can find one that really suits your style. And finally, I know that a lot of people, especially like when you're first moving into a dorm, you might not have your own bathroom, or you might have to bring all your stuff into the bathroom with you from your room. So I decided to find some stuff that was good for that if you wanted to crochet it. So I have this closet organizer kind of one that you drape over like a hanger or attach to a hanger, and then there's pockets on either side. I love this idea, and I think it's so great that you can hang it up in your closet or wherever when you are not using it, or even just keep it in there permanently if it's not for the bathroom. But I really love that one, and I think it'll be really useful for some people. And then I also have this little bathroom caddy. You could put like a handle on this if you are transporting it back and forth from the bathroom, but if you have your own bathroom, you can also leave that just on the counter. It has so many little compartments that can fit all your stuff, and I thought this was such a unique idea as well. So I thought that was a great way to end out the video. That is going to be it for all 35 of the dorm room university crochet ideas. I hope you got some inspo from this video. Let me know what your favorite idea was, and let me know what you guys are crocheting right now. Currently, I am working on snowmen for my Christmas market, flowers, and my Marauders map tapestry blanket. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like it if you liked it, and subscribe to see more videos like this one. And I will link my crochet ideas playlist if you want even more inspo, as well as the video from last week for back to school. I hope you have the best back to school ever, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!